So if I divide this, it is going to give you 2 and 110. All right. Now, so these are the two factors of 220, and we're still going to take this again and divide by 2. So I'm still going to split 110 so until I get the lowest value. So what is that going to give me now? Let's go further. Let's look at that again. That's going to give me this and this. So if I divide that, that is going to give me to divide this by 2 again, this is going to give me 55. So if I divide 110 by 2, I'm going to get 55. So the next factors is 2 and 55. So you have here 2 and I have 55. So this is the answer. Now we can still go further. Looking at this, we can still go further, right? So pick up 55 and divide 55. So what can divide 55? What are the factors of 55? So 55 is going to be divided by, since 55 is an odd number, the only number I can divide 55 is 5, and 55 divided by 5 is going to give me 11. The two factors of 55 is 5 and 11. So I'm going to take this now and take them a little bit further using my tree diagram. So I'm going to have this, and the two numbers that I have from here is 5 and 11. Now this is the result of getting how to get the prime factors of 55. Now, so let's pick the numbers. Let's look at the numbers. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take all the factors. So it's going to be from here. So it's coming from here. Look at it from here all the way down. Yes, I have two. So I have three twos. So I'm going to pause here first and use that. So I'm going to write this. This is going to become, that means the first numbers I have is 2. So the factors of 440 is this. So I have 2 times 2 times 2. That's what I have here. 2 times 2 times 2. All right. And then I have another one here. This is next one is times 5. And the next is times 11. So that is going to give me this. So that's going to give me this. So this next 2 left here. All right. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 5 and times 11. So this is how to get the prime factors of any number. Now that I've gotten this, now I have to write this. Remember, I'm asked to put my answer in index form. So how do I transform 2 raised to the power 2 times 2 times 2 into index form? That's going to give me 2 to 3 times. So 2 to the power of 3. 2 times 2 times 2 is 2 to the power of 3 times. This is just 5, so I have just one of it. All right, so I'm just going to write that down since there's no other one, and then times 11 is just 1. All right, so this can also be written, or you could see the answers written this way, but this is the option I have here. Or if this can be presented in another form as 2 raised to the power 3 times 5 raised to the power 1. This is just 1 times 11 raised to the power 1. So if you don't see this in, maybe this was among the option, this can also serve. But if we go back to our option, the only option that shifts this is option number A. So 2 times 2 raised to the power 3 times 5 and times 11. So this is the answer to this question. Here we're going to pause the video, and you can go over it again. But I'm just going to leave you with a classwork for you to do quickly from this. Now, so you follow this method and find the prime factor of the next number that I'm going to give you. So quickly, let me give you the activity. The first is find the prime factor of 540. Second, find the prime factor of 490. All right, so take these two questions. Remember, the same method we use. All right, and look out for the numbers that can go. All right, so let's pick from there. So we'll go to the next question. This question says convert 202 to ask the next question. Here we'll ask to convert the number 2201. All right, so let's look at the next question. We're asked to convert 202 to 0. So let's look at this question now. We're asked to convert 2201, and in base 2, in base 4, back to base 10. All right, so taking this back to base 10. Now, what do you do if you take a number from one base to base 10? So this simply can be solved by multiplying each of the numbers, each of the base by each of the numbers by the base 4. So this is going to become 2 times base 4, which is the first number,